yes, I've got the bike out. We are on the road again. We're going to see a cool guy today. To be honest, it's probably going to be tomorrow by the time I get there and set up. And we've got a bit of recording to do. We're going to do an interview with him tomorrow. But here we are. Let's just check the roads clean. We are on the motorbike. Check that out, fellas. I'm in the road, so I've got to be careful. Just look. CB 1300. That is a 1300cc Honda. And you know what we want? We want to hear the noise. That's all we care about. Bit of noise. Now, if you're new to biking, lifesaver. Indicator. Indicator was a bit late, but you know what I mean. Let me talk you through the controls. The most important one is on your right hand. That is the throttle. And that's the one that brings the noise. So the throttle's an important one to be in control of. In front of the throttle is the front brake. So over there by my right hand is a front brake. On the left hand, that is the clutch. So you obviously change gear with that. On my left foot is the gear selector. So that's it's like a gearbox on a car. And with the bike, you're in neutral. And then you push it down for first, and then depending on how many gears you got, you start pulling it up. So this bike's got 5 gears, so I'll go down for first, and then I'd go up 4 into 5th gear, and then back down. So first and second is always a bit clunky because you actually go through neutral. But there you go. That's stuff for you, isn't it? That's bikes. What else can I tell you about the motorbike? It's horrible in the rain. That is a fair comment to say. You know, and actually, if you're into biking, I don't know if you're a biker or not, but if you are, you might be one of these guys that watches the races on YouTube. Like, I like to watch motorbikes on YouTube, and there is this argument on YouTube all the time about what's faster, a motorbike or a car. A motorbike or a car. And you know, for the money you pay, I think a motorbike will always win. Always win. Because they are cheaper to buy, cheaper to run, and you get blistering acceleration. Okay, round a track, you know, a Porsche, you might have trouble shaking a Porsche or whatever. But pound for pound, getting one of these babies, you know, this bike, what is this worth? 4 grand, 5 grand? I think, you know, Ferrari would have a hard time getting past me. But, and this is the big but in this, I would probably always take a car. If you're talking about that level of performance and the car that it's going to give, I'd take the car. Let me tell you, on a bike, when it's wet, it's miserable. And I don't care what people say, riding a bike in the rain is miserable. Riding a bike in the cold is miserable. I call myself an all-weather rider, really. I've got all the gears, there's no excuse. But actually, when you are out on your bike in the rain and in the cold, it is miserable. And that's just how it is. And you see people go by in the car and you think, yes, that is a sensible choice. It may be 1/10 of a second slower in a straight line on acceleration than my bike, but I need to be sitting in a car right now. I'm very cold, tired and wet. So that happens, if I'm honest. Now I was hoping to give the bike the beans, but there's not really a suitable road to do it, and obviously we've got a lot of traffic here, and if I slow down too much another car will just pull in, or so it don't make a lot of sense. But there you go. I mean, to give you, let's try and give you a little idea. So I'm obviously in a 30 here, no problem there. I'm doing 25. Let's just ease down a bit, create a bit of space. So I've got into a 40. And what I do is I just give it a little bit of throttle up to 40. Ready? 40. So you see, it goes on quite quick. The power. When you're on the bike, and that was what, 3rd gear. So you don't have to give it much to notice the speed increase. You know, and that's not down in 2nd gear really screaming, that's just getting a little bit of power on, you know. So there you go. So right by the docks, look, and the big cranes I think are on the other side. I can't remember what their names are, but they've got two names, and I'm sure you'll know, where the Titanic was built. But this is the other side. Royal Harbour. Oh no, they don't say Royal Harbour. Belfast Harbour Marina. So it's beautiful, look. I always stand the Premier Inn. I like the Premier Inn. Oh yeah, so there's the boat, look. Well, it's not a boat, but it's a, I think that's a museum. I hope you like my guided tours. I obviously know a lot about the places I'm visiting. And the points, the corners of that are designed to look like the front of the boat of the Titanic. Posh flats, look. Very nice. Pete's not here yet, so I can show you the cranes. Now, I can't remember the name of these. Goliath, maybe? No, maybe not Goliath. It's something like that. But anyway, as you can hopefully see there, are one crane. There are two. Little bit windy this morning. Sorry about that. Still not there. Keep going this way. He texted me and said I'll be early. Come down the front. So I've been down the front in the cold. And he ain't early. Don't mind that though. There's a ferry in, look. So there we go, there's one and there's the other. I don't know, I can't remember what the names are. Spud did tell me, but loads of history, eh? I think that's pretty cool. Where Titanic was built. Well fellas, we are still in Belfast and my lift finally arrived. I was winding them up on the video that you were late to pick me up. Yeah, when you said you'd be early, you turned out to be late. Oh well. But it happens.
At least you were waiting for me.
Yeah, that's it. So fellas, I'm here with Pete Browne. We are in Belfast. Pete, what are you doing in Belfast, mate?
I'm giving you a lift, mate.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Take me to the airport. Thanks, mate.
Came especially. That's my servant heart.
Good man.
No, I play a bit of rugby for a team called Ulster.
Cool.
I'm over here, moved over in the summer, and settling in and enjoying it.
So you're pro rugby player. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's pretty
cool. Legit for real.
Exactly.
So you're also a Christian, which is brilliant. Tell us a bit about your faith. What does it mean to you to be a Christian?
To me, it means it's the most important thing in my life. I mean, it is what gives me life. Jesus is the reason that I can have access to the Father and have a relationship with God.
Yes, yeah.
And that changes everything for me. So that just means it brings a different purpose to me.
Yeah.
It means that my gifts and my talent in rugby or whatever it is, I want to glorify God with those gifts, and He's given them to me because He is a good Father. He wants me to use them for Him. So
that's awesome, mate.
He's a good guy. So yeah.
All right. So top 3 rugby players for you.
Top 3 rugby players.
Wow. Of all time.
Of all time. Well, I grew up. I don't know if it's like in terms of impressions of like Twigamala, who was a really strong Christian.
Okay.
I just like grew up watching him, and he was amazing. Obviously, Joe Nalomu, incredible player, and then I mean Paul O'Connell. Like everyone talks about him, but he's like I'm a second row. He was a second row, and grew up watching him, and he was a bit of a epic player. And that sounds a bit cheesy to choose him, but he was really something special.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. What would be, I mean, you can pick it, what's your favourite Bible verse or a Bible character that you love reading about, or a verse you go to?
I love reading about Daniel. I think he's an absolute legend. Just going into a culture, and changing it from the inside out.
Yeah.
Absolutely epic. And then in terms of Bible verse, Hebrews 12, where it talks about, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and run with perseverance the race set before us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. I'm just Yeah, I hope
That's
I got
cool.
that right.
It sounded right.
It sounds something like that anyway. I don't know what this person's doing. That's one of my favourite Bible verses. There's other good ones, but yeah.
Let's do one more top three. Top three Christian rappers.
Oh.
Because I know you like your Christian rap
yeah,
music.
you know me. What up? So I'll just get this ticket.
All right, no worries, fam.
Yeah, so
cheers,
top
cuz.
three. Obviously, I've got my boy Esso.
Esso, yeah.
I went to uni with him. He's my boy, and he's one of the reasons I got into Christian rap.
Yeah.
Thank God for him. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Then I'd say Tripley. He's an absolute legend.
Yeah.
Just like pastoral heart, like loves God. And then there's so many good ones. But I'd probably have to go with Jay Givens, because it's his metaphors, the way that he elaborates on the gospel and what it means to him, is just epic. So.
Very cool. Thank you.